Hey, this is Dr. Drew, and today I'm going to be talking all about how to prepare for travel in the current day. Now, I've been fortunate enough over the last 20 months here since the start of the pandemic. Me and my wife have actually left the country 5 separate times, and we've been through 11 different countries. I know there's a lot of hesitancy and anxiety, and the thought of leaving the country for many people is overwhelming. Until you've done it a few times and collected a few reps, it's just gonna feel different and weird because there's a lot of hoops to jump through right now. And that's okay because it's all learnable. There's resources available to you, and it all starts with being extra prepared. If you don't do your research, do your due diligence, keep an eye on stuff, entry requirements, it's gonna be so stressful and overwhelming, you're not going to enjoy your trip. We like Travel Off Path. They're on Instagram. They're awesome. Karen, Nate, Gabriel Traveler, and Prince of Travel on YouTube are all awesome resources because these are people that actually travel for a living. If they travel for 10 months out of the year, they're just keeping it rolling right now because it's a lot easier to travel right now than you think, because a lot of the tourist destinations we go to, they need the tourist dollar, so they will be willing to work with you. You also can't get too married to a specific area. So if you're like, I really want to go here, and then leading up to it something happens or they close out to a specific country, you're just going to be devastated. So you got to have a short list of 3 to 5 places that you're somewhat interested in going to, and then as the date gets near, you have the time blocked off, you kind of make the call a week or two before. But this whole booking months and months in advance and getting all this buildup and excitement just to get squashed, not fun. So you need to have some backup plans. For your mental health, doctor's orders, you need to get out and get some sun, because if the next time you get some sun is not till June or July this summer, it's going to have a devastating impact on your health. We're already seeing the depression, the anxiety, the suicides, all the fallout from this missed travel, missed vacations, lockdowns. It's coming in my office. I'm seeing it on patients. I have to work every day on my mental health. And the fact that I've been able to sneak away as much as we have has been critical in my day-to-day. I wouldn't be able to service as many patients, show up with as much energy and enthusiasm if I wasn't recharging my battery every so often in some of these cool places. And in our experience, it's been an awesome time to travel because we've gotten cheaper flights. We've been able to book them last minute. We can always get accommodation day of, because a lot of the places we've been to are typically just slammed busy, but when they're only operating at 70-80% right now, that's pretty good. What if you get COVID, or what if something happens? Those what ifs are always there, even outside of COVID. What if you lose your passport? What if you get mugged? What if this? What if that? It might just seem like there's more stuff right now because of the hoops you have to jump through, but once you get accustomed to it and you know how it works, super easy. But the big thing is, for your mental health, consider it. Whether it's a staycation or something bigger, absolutely consider it. It is more possible than you think. Now, if you're going to travel, if you're going to change time zones, if you're going to do a long road trip or get on a plane, biggest thing I see is dehydration. Whether it's jet lag or I feel crappy after a long bout of travel, usually it's from dehydration, because the plains are very dehydrating. They're some of the driest places on earth. They're drier than some of the most dry deserts. So you need to make sure that you're drinking lots of water before, during, and after the flight, okay? Now, if you're changing time zones, one of the best things you can do is get your bare feet on the grass, the gravel, the sand, in the ocean right away. Just kind of reset your system. And then if you're going ahead in time, so say you're going from west to east, what you want to use is melatonin that night for the first few nights. So you take melatonin at the new bedtime to get that sleep rhythm going. Getting the sleep rhythm going is the most important thing when it comes to travel, because if you don't get that synchronized, your whole body's going to be off, because the circadian rhythms and your sleep cycles, they dictate everything. If you're prone to traveler's constipation, bring along high-dose magnesium and Cape aloe extract. Always bring those with me to make sure I take them the first few nights so that I'm regular bowel movements in the morning and we're A-okay. There's nothing worse than being constipated when on vacation. And then we should talk about routine in general. Staying healthy on vacation is not just go lie around, consume excessive amounts of food and alcohol, and be a blob. That is not what I'm talking about. The faster you can get on your normal routine, such as what you have at home, the better. You should be energetic and up and at it and sightseeing and walking, and you should be logging more steps on vacation than when at home. So the faster you get your normal routine up and running on vacation, getting natural bright light in the morning, sleeping 8 hours, regulating that sleep cycle, getting your workouts in. This is critical. We don't miss workouts on vacation. We feel awesome for it. We don't gain weight, we don't come back feeling sluggish, and that way it gives you a little more flexibility if you're gonna have certain meals and stuff you wouldn't normally eat. So that is huge, okay? Some other things you wanna have in your emergency kit. So if you're traveling to endemic regions or there's risk of like food poisoning or illness while traveling, you wanna make sure that you have digestive enzymes with you. The reason being is because it has hydrochloric acid in it. So if you get bad food while traveling, you take the stomach acid capsule or the digestive enzyme capsule with the food and meal, high likelihood that'll kill and neutralize whatever's going on in there. In turn, it'll help you just digest and break down the food as well. So probiotics also good because you're going to be exposed to different types of bacteria and food and water. Saccharomyces boulardii is really good for traveler's diarrhea. It's a good beneficial strain of yeast probiotic, so wonderfully good to have. You could also bring some antimicrobials with you just in case if you do kind of come down with something or feel crummy, then you could easily take those to kind of kick out anything going on in there. I always also bring Deglycyrrhinated Licorice capsules. So these are really good for heartburn or indigestion if you ate too much or maybe you lied down flat too soon after eating. You can take some DGL. So one thing I should touch on too is if you have chronic health problems, one, you won't be able to travel just because physically your body won't be able to do things. So I mean, say you want to go hike the Himalayas or something like that. I mean, if you got a heart condition or you have like a really bad knee that needs a knee replacement, you're not going to be able to do that. You have to look after your health because then you can get the most enjoyment out of your immediate surroundings wherever you are. Also make sure that you're well covered for your travel insurance should something happen. Make sure you're well covered for COVID. Make sure you're well covered for, basic dental or stitches or should you need a little bit of hospital care. Because stuff can happen, right? Like random things will get you. So you just don't need the stress of, oh my God, I have to pay this up front and then chase something after. So just have a good plan that you can activate while you're abroad. So this is an at-home rapid antigen kit from Switch Health. I would highly recommend if you're going to start to do some travel, bring these with you. We can also use these before, say we're going to the United States and they require a negative antigen test. You can do this at home with a nurse. They come on the phone, they verify your ID, they walk you through the test, and then the results are uploaded to your phone, so then you can fly to the United States with this, for example. They also have one that satisfies the requirement to come back to Canada. So for the Canadians watching, you need a negative PCR right now to come back home, and that is something you can do in your room as well, wherever you are in the world. Prior to, say you're flying home on Friday, you could do it Wednesday in the hotel, get your negative result, boom, you're flying home Friday. And so have these kits with you, and boom, you're going to be connected to a Canadian. It's going to be verified through a Canadian lab. It's a really slick way to travel smart and safely right now. Hope you found all that helpful, and if you have questions, just drop a comment below. If you want to know more about travel and health and anything in between, please let me know. And other than that, thanks for watching.